The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Yeah, it was fun. Dave, one of my favorite things, we've been doing this for a long time, and you saw a gift down there in Montana about the Would You Rather game. What was that all about?
Well, I just thought it's a game, and like, so you know what? As much as we like to take credit for our idea, maybe it's not, because it's not a fucking game. And I saw that. I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. But I want to believe it's ours, because that's one of the things you got to prove a ripoff. Well, we can't prove that they ripped it off.
You can't prove a falsity.
Unless the developers of that game heard us say, "Would you rather?" So that's what we got to do.
We'll get our legal team on it.
Legal team, yeah. Fuck. So the BC
next week, so we'll get him on that.
Okay, so this one's a quick and easy question. It's not going to be an easy answer. So you're a retired baseball player. Would you rather have your name being as a retired baseball player be Kirk Gibson or Barry Bonds?
That's a fucking tough question. Barry Bonds. Fuck me. Most home, like the numbers are there, and most home runs in baseball history. MVPs. I think he's got 3 or 4. 5 actually. I think he has. They got a few in Pittsburgh, and he's got the one or 2 in San Fran.
I think he has 4 in San Fran and 1 in Pittsburgh.
All-time great. Like, there's no getting around that. Like, he's got a great big head for some
numbers. A lot
numbers.
Of fucking numbers.
Kirk Gibson, the Roar of '84,
has 2 rings.
Is synonymous with baseball in Detroit, which is a huge. And it's a market that I kind of feel bad for, the way that things have kind of gone sideways for them. But and Detroit was such a, like, Ty Cobb and everything else, and Cobb was a dickhead too. But the Roar of '84 was huge. I remember that team vividly, actually. And then you go to
Trammell and Whitaker.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Then you go to
Doyle, Alexander.
Yeah. And then Lance Parrish, that black and orange glove
behind Parrish, yes.
Oh, he was great. He was great. And then you go to the Dodgers, obviously, when he won that World Series in '88, and he was the MVP that year as well.
Yeah.
Fuck, Dave. That's a tough one, because I think Bonds. Me and you argue on this all the time about the Hall of Fame, because I think Bonds is a Hall of Famer. Like, they were all doing it. Bonds just took it another level, but he was round ball, round bat. You got to hit it square, and he hit it square a lot. And he's one of the best baseball players to ever play the game. You can't deny that,
without a doubt.
You can't deny it, but it's tarnished because of the Belko situation.
Yeah, he was winning MVPs in Pittsburgh before he came to San Francisco.
He did not win world championships that Kirk Gibson did. And when you say Kirk Gibson, there's not a negative. There's not a negative thought. Like okay, there it is. I'd rather be Kirk Gibson, because you know what? When you say Kirk Gibson, '88, Vince Scully's voice comes to mind for me, right? Instantly. There's no negativity. There's no should he, shouldn't he, this, that, and the other. Is Gibson a better baseball player? No, but I'd rather be Kirk Gibson. There's easy. That was actually, I thought about that way too much. Kirk Gibson, 100%. Zero negativity. Everyone loves him. He's got 2 different fan bases in 2 major American cities that adore him till the day he dies. Right? Like, they adore the guy. They adore the guy. He was MVP, a lot, on and on and on. There was never any nefarious bullshit. There was never any cheating. There was never, I should say, we don't know, because who knows what Gibson. Well, Gibson was on probably cigarettes and beer back then, and so right. Like, I'm not wrong. And so, no, Kirk Gibson's that's actually I shouldn't have overthought that. Kirk Gibson is the easy thought on that one. Easy, 100%. Kirk Gibson, and you know what? You other than like Ricky Henderson, Kirk Gibson's like there, like for me. Like he's that guy. Like honestly, Gibson was a hard-nosed baseball player. Like there was no bullshit with Gibson.
You're right. You're absolutely right, and that's what I have too. And it's one of those things because when you look at the stat line, Barry Bonds is the winner by a fucking mile.
You
by
talk
a
yourself
fucking mile.
You talk yourself into Bonds in a long, drawn-out process, but then you go, no, this guy's not a dickhead. This guy's baseball. He's the history. Kirk Gibson is part of the just the 88.
At what moments did that player deliver in the moment? Right.
Gibson has that one. Like
right.
No matter what. And that's the thing about baseball. I was talking with someone about the history of baseball is about moments. And Gibson has one of those moments. And it could be it might be like a top 10 moment with Gibson's home run. Because it was the mighty A's and the Dodgers and Eckersley and the Dodger Stadium and Vince Scully on the mic. Like that home run might be like a top 10er of all time. Honestly.
It's a moment. You're right. And and that's the thing.
And does Bonds have that?
Bonds has no postseason moments. He doesn't have. For all of Barry Bonds' accomplishments, whether it be with the Pittsburgh Pirates or the San Francisco Giants, he has no postseason highlights. And I don't recall. I think Kirk Gibson was an AL MVP, and I know for a fact he won a World Series with the Detroit Tigers. And that home run that he hit with the LA Dodgers with Lasorda is
epic moment.
It's an iconic moment. Like
the pumpernickel around second base.
You bet. And it's a guy you like to cheer for. And like I said, would you rather? Would you rather be Barry Bonds or Kirk Gibson? And Barry Bonds, who has the home run, quote unquote, home run record. And Kirk Gibson, who may have hit, I don't even know the number, 350. Like he's probably 200 behind Barry Bonds and Hank Aaron.
Keep going. Sorry.
Well, it's just that. But like, who would you rather be? Who would you rather be?
You think about it. If you're sitting at fucking whatever fucking Tallahassee Joe's and fucking in City, Florida, going to a sports bar at Wings, having some beers on a Saturday afternoon. If Kirk Gibson's sitting at one table and Barry Bonds sitting at another table, and they're both welcoming, Kirk Gibson's probably going to get because there'll be people. I'm not talking to fucking Bonds. Fuck him. He cheated. Blah, blah, blah. Everyone's talking. If they were both welcoming, like I'm saying, they're both saying, come to my table, whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to fucking Kirk Gibson. There will be people that say, you know what, fuck Barry Bonds. He fucking took the juice, the cream, the this, the Belco. Everyone's talking to everyone. If you're a baseball fan, is talking to Kirk Gibson
with the quote unquote home run champion sitting across the table.
Exactly.
Isn't that
nobody dislikes Kirk Gibson unless you're a fucking Oakland A's fan, but they respect the game like baseball. Okay, baseball fans, if you're a fan of the game, you don't hate Kirk Gibson. There's a disdain with a percentage of fans who hates Barry Bonds. And
there's a line, right? And I don't hate Barry Bonds. I actually like Barry Bonds. I just think he did the base. I think he went out of his way to fuck baseball over, and
he went out of his way to be the best.
Yes,
ego, like the A-Rod syndrome and everything else. They went out of the way to be the best.
I'm way better than Mark McGwire.
When the two of them, when Bonds and A-Rod, if they would have just stayed the course, they would have still been fine.
Yeah,
like better than fine. Yeah, it's odd. It's odd how the ego and everything else and small dick syndrome and fucking ego. Yeah, it's odd. But yeah, nobody says no to a speaking. Hey, who do you want to come speak at your high school? Barry Bonds. There it is. We have two guys lined up for high school morality and legends. We have Kirk Gibson and Barry Bonds. Who do you like at your school? Ask Kaylee. Probably Kirk Gibson.
Kirk
Right.
Gibson.
It's one of those things. Yeah, it's no, that those home, like the Roar of '84, and then the that World Series run. It wasn't Gibson who did it. It was Hershiser. Like when it comes down.
No, but yeah, exactly too. And then like when
But
you
just the
look
way
at,
it all played out, right? And just
and it's us sitting right now, and you go like, and you don't know anything about it being like say my kid. And you're like fuck, why would you would rather have Kirk Gibson than Barry Bonds? Look at their numbers. Like,
do some reading, do some watching.
Yeah,
and that's the thing about baseball. That's the thing
right?
about baseball. That's getting lost on the youth
because they'd rather
stats,
have the stats,
velocity,
right?
100%. Barry Bonds better player. 100%.
100%. Without a doubt.
But baseball's about moments.
Yes,
baseball's about moments and moments in time. And Kirk Gibson has a few, and Barry Bonds has some that were just record breakers, not iconic moments.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And
I agree. Yeah.
Because Barry Bonds is a better baseball player than Derek Jeter. He is.
Barry Bonds might be one of the best people.
Jeter has moments.
Barry Bonds and A-Rod could be one of the two best baseball players we've ever seen
to play the game.
To ever play the game. But both of them are, well, I guess Barry Bonds is not a convicted cheater, but A-Rod is a convicted cheater. And like, there's just so much that they just needed to be better than what they needed. Where Kirk Gibson, he didn't give us a ton of moments, but he gave us fucking mind-numbing moments.
Yeah.
That Dodger home run, I'll never forget that. I'll
iconic.
Never forget that. And I don't have a never forget that moment for either A-Rod or Barry Bonds.
Agreed. And I'm a Yankee guy. And he won a World Series with the Yankees in 09, and I'm not an A-Rod guy, and I just whatever you do, I don't care. I don't care. I actually remember his last game when the lightning struck and he had to run off the field because of the lightning. It started pouring. It was pouring down when he was retiring, pouring down. Like, get the Yankee, like the gods across the street, the ghosts were like, get the fuck out of here. We've had enough of you. Get the fuck off and stay fucked off.
Just leave. Yeah. So it was. You don't get a proper send off. It's just like, just at least leave.
It's time to go. Anyways,
and then, but this comparison, like, Kirk Gibson has no business being against Barry Bonds on any stat line. It's when you look at career stats, no business.
No, I'd rather be Kirk Gibson. Like, there's no getting around that. Like, just
I get done too.
100%. Anyway, Dave, what do you? It's she's getting down to the nitty gritty here. Christmas time. What do you got going on?
I can't believe it's Christmas. There's no snow on the ground here in Canada.
None. There's melting. Like the snow that was in the ground in certain places melting. My banana hammock on out back, out sunning myself. It was crazy.
Fuck! I got a Christmas party this weekend. I'm gonna wear my shorts and flip flops to it, and it's rare. It's rare that a 50-year-old, especially, has the audacity to wear some flip flops to a Christmas party in mid-December. It's ridiculous.
Crazy.
So
it's actually crazy what's going on around here. But there's no such thing as global warming, as the orange guy says. Well, whatever, we won't get into that. But anyways, the 1420 Sports Bar podcast, for bigger sports talk and a whole lot more. Take care of each other. More importantly, take care of yourself. Need you around. Keep your stick on the ice. And what else, Dave?
Looking forward to see you next year with your stick on the next year. I'm looking forward to see you next week with your stick on the ice and your bat not at high pitches, Jim. That was a little bit awkward. I'm sorry about that, Jim.
Yeah, that was. I'm not sure you said that. Anyways,
I'll see you next week, Jim. Don't swing at high pitches, buddy.
Don't swing at high pitches. He gave it a shot, and we'll talk to you guys again on Monday night.